にちは皆さん、
マックスです。
土です。私たちの社のへようこそ。
Have you ever wondered why it's so easy to be thin in Japan?
Yes.
Well, Suji is very thin, and I'm a Canadian, and for Canada, I'm considered skinny. I'm like 6 foot, almost 6'1", 180 pounds. So
Yeah.
I'm kind of in decent shape, but I'm not sure why in Japan they're
Yeah,
so thin.
true.
The channel What If Learn.
Yeah.
The link is in the description and the pinned comment.
それでは行きましょう。
If you've ever been to Japan, you may have noticed that it's really hard to find an obese Japanese person. In the United States, it's quite a different story.
Except the sumo wrestler,
The rate of
right?
obesity
Yeah.
among adults in America is on average around 30%, whereas the Japan obesity rate is only 3.5%.
Whoa.
But what makes the weight of people in these two countries so different?
Why Japanese people?
At first, I was thinking about things like Japanese people drink a lot of green tea, and they get a decent amount of fermented foods like kimchi or natto, which is great for the gut microbiome. But in this video, I want to focus on a very simple yet key point about Japan. The food environment is drastically different from the US. As of
Organic
2017,
and no
there's over
MSG.
243,000 fast food establishments in America. There's only 6,169 establishments in Japan, meaning per person, there's about 15 times more fast food restaurants in America.
And also the portion size of the
Then
fries
again,
and
in
everything.
Japan, fast food, fried food, chips, chocolate, candy, soda, and not so healthy things are still available wherever you go. But there's a huge variety of equally convenient, reasonably healthy food. Let's say I'm the average busy person in the States who would like to be healthy, but doesn't have time to cook at home. What's for breakfast? Most people's options are limited to things like a McGriddle with hash browns and coffee, or maybe an egg and processed cheese sandwich with tater tots at Dunkin' Donuts, or some pancakes at Denny's if you have more
We
time.
don't have time to make breakfast
Surely
in the
some
morning,
people will
so
have
we need to grab
healthier
something on the
options
go.
than that,
Yeah.
but I'm trying to
Going
think
to
of
work,
what most
you know?
people are going to have access to. So what's a quick breakfast in Japan? While there's more than 6,000 fast food establishments in Japan, there's also 5,000 rice bowl establishments. The big ones are Yoshinoya, Tsukiya, and Matsuya. And for $4 at Tsukiya, for breakfast you can get plain rice, miso soup with
Wow.
seaweed, an
Wow.
egg, baked fish, and a
That
small potato
breakfast.
salad comes with it. If I'm extra hungry, maybe I'll add some kimchi, fermented soybeans, and stewed beef for $4. Or you can put together a reasonably healthy meal from a convenience store. At a Japanese convenience store, I can get a rice ball, which is just
Japanese
rice, salmon,
7-Eleven
and
is
salt,
so good.
a small salad,
Yeah.
or
We
a
have a lot
package
of this in
sushi,
Thailand at
or a thing of
7-Eleven.
fish with miso, or some soup. I was pretty impressed with how little junk is in this. It's basically just vegetables, pork, and fish broth. And there's a bunch of foods like this. Here's what I can get for under $10 USD.
Wow.
Compare this to what's available in American convenience stores. They're usually limited to fried foods sitting under heat lamps or foods loaded with trans fats,
Yeah.
sugar, preservatives, and unhealthy additives. If you're lucky, you might be able to get a package of plain nuts with nothing added. So the items in Japanese convenience stores are not top quality health foods, but they're not bad. This is big because practically everyone has access to these places. Convenience stores like these are everywhere. Japan has
too.
about 55,000 convenience stores, meaning there's about 10 times more
don't have
convenience
7-Eleven
stores
in Canada.
per square kilometer
Doesn't
in
exist.
Japan compared to America. For most, these
7.
places are in walking distance. I understand that of course there are healthy restaurants here and there in America, and you can make a really healthy meal with ingredients from the
You can
supermarket.
walk there too.
But when it comes to cheap, convenient, and quick food, it's almost always quite unhealthy. In Japan, for a quick lunch, I can go to Burger King, or right next door, I can get some sushi.
Woo!
I can get a hamburger and some popcorn at Vandalism Cafe, or I can go next door to Matsuya and get a bowl of spicy
Many
tofu soup
choices.
with a bit of beef, green onion,
true
and
that in
cabbage,
North America you
some
don't have a
pork,
lot of,
a soft-boiled egg, some mustard spinach,
cheap
rice,
LT
and there's
fast
free
food
pickled
option,
ginger to go
you know?
with it.
It's all
And of course,
usually
there are
on-
many healthier non-chain places that offer many different types of cuisine. And this variety is important. It's going to be much easier to stick to healthier options if you aren't getting bored of having to eat the same things at the same places over and over. Even if you're going out to drink with friends at dinner time, there's still a variety of good food choices. The standard place to drink at is an izakaya. At 10,000 establishments, there's almost twice as many izakayas as there are fast food places in Japan.
Wow.
Replacing fast food for alcohol is not a good strategy, but let's see what the common izakaya chains have to offer in the way of food.
Pickle. Oh.
Liver? Okra.
Let me point out one more time
Sashimi.
that there's of course much better quality food than what you get at convenience stores, rice bowl chains, or izakayas. And this is not what
And also
most
the
Japanese people
regulation
eat on a daily
is also very
basis.
strict.
I'm
in
not
Japan.
really recommending these places either. Most Japanese people wouldn't think of these places as healthy. But
No him?
this isn't about
No, it's
optimal
cute.
health.
Yeah.
I just mean to point out that even someone who puts minimal effort into being healthy can get some reasonable quality meals out of these very convenient places. By the way, what's everyone drinking with and between meals? In America, more often than not, it's soda,
Beer.
considering a survey of
and
80
soda,
countries
yeah.
found that America comes in at rank number 1 for soda consumption
Soda.
at 170 liters purchased per person in 2011.
Wow.
Japan came in at rank 56 at 32 liters per person. In Japan, most places serve tea with your meal for free, and in general, it's harder to purchase massive quantities of soda. There's no comically large big gulps at 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
I haven't seen these packs
That's
of
what I
soda
was
here.
seven. That was
And
saying.
Japan has the
The
smallest
portion is
large
much
cup size
smaller.
at McDonald's. An American medium-sized drink is bigger than a Japanese large.
Whoa, really?
Another factor
Yeah.
to thank for keeping people's soda intake low is again, variety. What's interesting is despite Japan drinking 5 times less soda than America, soda is available in vending machines everywhere in Japan. There's 5.52 million vending machines, meaning there's a vending machine for every 23 people in Japan. That's the highest vending machine per capita on the planet. So what's in these vending machines? Why don't we take a look at this vending machine I came across on the side of the road in the middle of nowhere in Hakone. Among other things, they have black coffee, 6 different types of unsweetened
I love
tea,
those
and
tea.
water.
We started to
A
have
typical
this too.
American
We have
vending
all of this in
machine
Thailand
offers
too.
13 varieties of drink, the only non-sweet one being water.
Yeah.
So, convenience and variety. Simple, but it makes a difference. It's easier to pick the healthy choices when they are just as easy and convenient as the unhealthier choices. Now, this is by no means the full story on Japan and health, but I think these are 2 key factors.
I 3 things that we forgot to talk about in the video. First of all is the regulation regarding food in Japan that is much stricter than in the most other country. Also the farmer and people that cultivate food are more strict with themselves with the way that they make the food more healthy, less MSG, less preservative. So the chemical that they put into the food, the additive, everything that they add is more natural, especially the fish and other thing in Japan. And also, as you told me before the reaction, they walk a lot.
Yeah, because when people walk a lot, it means I feel like the transportation, everything is really good, right? And also walking with the good air is also can help you release a lot of things. Because sometimes, look, when people are so stressed, people gonna eat a lot too, and they're not really gonna care about their health at all. They're just gonna eat whatever, But in Japan, like you said, food and everything, they really care about their citizen. You have a lot of choice to pick, and especially fish. You eat a lot of fish too.
Yes.
Yo,